Hello, welcome to session, I think it's 5 now, of my corporation campaign with these lovely people. Even Ian made a background and he got rid of it, so I'm sad. But do people want a summary of last week?
I think we could sum up the summary as went to Big Tower, found lots of plant life, and that's about all I remember. I just remember big vines.
Fires everywhere. There were also
Where's
these
My
Gemini
hat's
agents.
singed.
Yeah.
Those are
We got at the end of the session, we got back down, I think, to the main lobby. Is that right? Yes, we were in a lift and we had the sarcophagus thingy of the guy we're supposed to rescue in a tomb. Nothing a
Yep.
toxin purge won't fix, I'm sure.
Yes, so you never actually got to the lobby, but the door opened, the lift door opened, and that's where we stopped.
We're expecting agents to turn up, aren't we, at any second?
I expect they're the other side of the door, yes. What happened to my character sheet? Was it gone?
I don't know. So yeah, you did manage to find Daniel Two Swords Chan, but he was pretty much on his deathbed, especially when you picked him up. You also found some more Gemini clones, a specific model, and you were twiddling with them. And they were sort of helping to a degree, but Offensive is adamant that those from Milayuri are trying to get rid of any evidence by burning it all.
Yes, just for the benefit of our audience, twiddling with them is what we refer to it here in Corporation Land. You may you might have other ways of saying it.
But as the doors open and you start seeing several, you think, soldiers or mercenary type characters in these body armor outfits, you suddenly hear this kind of high shriek, maybe an alarm, but it kind of takes you back, almost like a memory, but it's a very vivid one. In fact, you suddenly think, oh, is it the drug again? It's that vivid. But you hear this alarm in the distance, kind of like a siren, a klaxon type thing, but it is raining hard. You are somewhere cold. It's very cold and very dark. There are some lights around, and as you come to your senses, you know that you're by some large complex. There's a few buildings, some tall, some sort of shorter. There's this sort of constant stream of light going sort of in one direction, almost like a stream or a river, something like that. Down below, you can hear helicopters, and there is sort of communications in your ear, although they're kind of you can't quite home in on what is being said. But as you're sort of slowly coming to your bearings, you can start seeing in front of you. You think maybe you're in a car park of some sort of multi-story car park. But out of the blue comes a hail of gunfire. What do you do?
Run at the bullets with my sword out, screaming, "Ah!"
Take cover!
Yeah, I dive for cover. I've got my guns in both hands.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to see if I can dive behind a car if there's one present.
All right. So three going for cover. Are you just charging head-on offensive, or are you going to try and zip round things?
Let's see. Yeah, head on.
Okay.
On a 1 to 10, I was going to go head on.
Okay. We'll deal with that then in a second. I see what you did there. The rest of you try to take cover. There are quite large concrete pillars you could use. There are also a couple of cars. So basically, you dive for the nearest large object. Can the three of you give me, please, reflexes plus athletics? and also 2d10.
Oh, God almighty.
Remember, you get conviction if you want to use it.
No, not even close.
Failed by 3.
7.
Can I spend a point of conviction?
You can, yeah, to reroll.
That's +4.
Or it adds +4, yeah, either of the two.
Actually, the +4 would be enough.
Okay, so we'll do the two, sorry?
So
I felt like 7.
You failed as well, and Klaus, I think you said you failed.
failed by 3. What's the mechanic with the conviction then?
We started with 2.
Yep.
So they're kind of like, it's almost like...
Fate points /
yeah.
Fate
fate
points,
points.
gaining conviction points.
Okay, I shall spend one then as well, please. Thank you.
Yeah, certainly.
Bink.
What about you, Jang? Are you going to take the hit?
Conviction's not enough for it.
Yeah, I'll spend
It'd have
it
to be
to
a-
try and...
Well, you might have rerolled. Oh, you're going to reroll.
Fantastic. Felt way more.
Okay, then.
Felt way 10 that time.
All right, so Maxwell and Klaus, it's a clumsy dive, but you do manage to dive, and fortunately, there's a nice big concrete pillar next to you, so nice and robust. However, Jang, you unfortunately were too slow, and you take quite a lot of the stream of bullets. So you take four hits or 4 damage.
4 damage, okay. Where do we stand after last week? Have we gained any back since we got to Russia, or?
What I would suggest with this, because this is a different scene, just keep what damage you take a separate,
Okay.
so like almost like temporary hit points. Keep it to one
Okay.
side for now, and then we'll see if it affects you later. Yeah, but you know that it was definitely some kind of automatic rifle, maybe an Uzi, something like that. But whoever's firing it is precise. And in sort of the noise and the chaos, you can hear other people running further up and further around. You do get you then get a communication through your speakers. Agents, I need you to get to the control panel, the consoles up in the tower. We need you to stop the traffic as soon as possible.
Yes, we're having a slight traffic diversion problem here at the moment.
You need to fight your way through.
No shit.
I know that you've been just brought in on call. I appreciate that. This might not be your specialty, but it's the best we can do. Good luck.
Bollocks. Bollocks to it all. Who's nearer to Zhang? Is it me or Klaus?
It is you.
Okay. Klaus, I need you to lay down some sort of covering fire for offensive, or she's going to get herself riddled. I'm going to drag Zhang into cover.
Okay.
Yeah, I just been on the floor, trying to crawl out of the way.
Speaking of which, so offensive, you're rushing forward, samurai
course.
sword out. Essentially,
No, two-handed.
Oh, sorry, two-handed. Beg your pardon.
Yeah, I usually use it one-handed, but you know.
But you're actually
occasionally
using
I put the other
two-handed.
hand on.
Okay.
I-
Essentially,
One hand sort of is sometimes free, sometimes it goes on
Yeah.
the sword. Doesn't matter. I've got enough strength to do it.
you deduce that the fire is coming from slightly up from where you are. You think somebody is standing. You know when you got the sort of ramps for cars to go up.
Mhm.
Possibly somebody on top of the next ramp.
Okay, well, I'll just sort of. I won't dive up the ramp. I'll jump up between the levels.
Yeah, that's easy enough to do.
I'll put my
So-
field shield on as well, my insulated field
Okay,
shield.
cool. So you don't need to roll for that, but it's more a case of do you get surprised? Do they notice you? So make your attack roll for me.
Attack roll.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Presumably you're going to attack them.
Yes, absolutely. I passed by 14.
14. Okay. Okay, then with that the answer is
Klaus,
yes,
you
so-
may not need any covering fire.
Okay. So even if they were aware, you just go in with this perfect maneuver. You've done a hoist up before and taken them out that way to roll your damage.
43, which would be enough to kill me.
Is this an ion katana or just regular?
No, it's a two-handed sword, but because I've got loads of trainings in it, I get to add my excess on the attack roll to the damage.
Oh, that's right.
Plus, because of various obscene bonuses and trainings, I get plus 20 anyway, and then it's a d12.
Wow. Oh dear.
I built this
Okay.
character for one purpose, that is hitting things with the
Yeah.
two-handed sword.
Absolutely, and you cut this guy in half.
Makes my gun look a bit silly.
Once half of his body is flying through the air, I shall then bat it toward the next person I see.
Okay. Can you give me reflexes plus observation?
Oh dear. Where's observation? It's supposed to be here somewhere. Oh,
And
yes,
actually,
that's right. I've got
considering-
nothing.
I'm having
Range.
terrible flashbacks of the last time I saw half a fucking corpse flying all
Yep.
over the place.
Considering the rain, there needs to be a -2 penalty on that.
Well, in which case I failed by 9.
Okay, so
Barely
you
even hit it.
put it to somewhere where you think there might be more people, so sort of in another
Just
floor. of
smears on
complex.
someone's windscreen, doesn't it?
But you don't get any kind of confirmation of anyone else here. But you think there may be, or at least other people coming.
Bloody hell offensive, you don't get extra points for style in this bloody thing. Just move through them.
Okay.
Okay, well, no one's shooting at me, so I'm going to scream really loudly so they know where I am, so that way I can find them.
Okay. Okay, but in the meantime, Dr. Klaus, you hear the sound of a bullet come into contact with a windscreen just up from where you are. Just you're crouching underneath. So there's someone trying to get at you.
Okay. So draw my pistol and just whip it around the corner of this stand that I'm standing behind. And let off a few shots. Try and provide a bit of cover for the
Okay.
porter
Well,
dude.
You think it's more straight at you rather than round, so you essentially are not in any cover now. They're kind of round the other side.
Ah!
So yeah, feel free to
Round
fire
us.
off, but just to make you aware, you probably need to take cover somewhere else. Or keep moving. What do you roll?
Well, I wasn't aiming at anybody, so the shots go wild. And then I suddenly realised, like you say, that the shot didn't come from that way; it came from that way. Yeah. So I switch around to the other side of the column.
Okay. Fine, no problem. At this point, can I get you guys to roll initiative, please?
Just remind me initiative again.
So I believe it was based on reflex.
There's a D10 plus reflex.
Yes, if I remember rightly.
12.
Uh, 10 for me.
16.
16.
16. Although I am injured, so
Yeah, it's no
I
odds.
wouldn't really be going first, I
You're
suppose.
only injured by 4 hit
You're an
points. You're an agent, for fuck's sake. You don't
Oh.
feel any pain.
I'm down quite a few points.
9 for me.
9. Oh, God,
Yeah.
terribly. Okay, class 9. Okay. So we've got Jang. Actually, you're the highest initiative, so you're up next. So you can see
Yep,
that somebody's
okay.
been trying to fire now at Klaus as well. So you think possibly there could be more encircled round where you are, but again above, so shooting down.
As Foxworth is dragging me to cover, I want to pull out my Black Cougar, and as I'm being dragged along the floor, I want to fire it in the direction that the shots from Klaus is coming from.
Okay.
Okay, so that is That is a hit by 5.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the first one. That's the second one is also that's a miss, and this is a hit as well. So 2 hits.
Okay. Roll damage.
6 and an 8.
Oh, okay. Yep. So you see somebody go down. Not sure if they're dead, but they're definitely like you got at least a couple of bullets in there. So it just gives you a chance to move out of the way.
And as I'm being dragged along, I bloody hit one.
You also hear the sound of screaming from further up the car park, where you think somebody might have been cut in half or equivalent gory death. You can see a bit better now that you've kind of got used to where you are, and yeah, you can definitely see that you're in this car park, and up above you can hear the sound of lots and lots of traffic, as well as some below you. Down in the distance is actually stormy seas, you think, or you're at least a large lake. And just in the distance, you can even see a little bit of ice, like an iceberg.
Oh. The hell are we now?
Bloody hell.
Okay, so you're clear for the moment, you think, but you've been told to get to this control tower of sorts.
Control tower. Perhaps there's a, if we can find the lift to the stairs, there's a map or something of the area we can find out where we are and where we're going.
Okay. Yeah, there's plenty of lifts, lifts for pedestrians, lifts for cars. It's a big complex by the looks of it. This lots of numbers that could potentially get you confused or get you lost. It's like car park A, car park 2A, and etc.
We
etc.
killed everything shooting at us.
You think for the moment, but if you don't move quickly, then you might get shot at again.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to go into a lift.
Head to
That's
the
just
nearest
fine as
lift.
well. Yeah. Okay, so
Follow on.
I'll
Keep
press
keeping
the
low
alarm
as well.
button.
press the alarm button. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the distant klaxon in the distance keeps going. There is now a sort of a more like a bell type alarm coming from the lift, to which
Okay.
an AI voice of some sort says, "I am terribly sorry, but there appears to be an incident. Please do not use the lifts. Repeat, please do not use the lifts."
Hello,
And then it
AI.
repeats in another language.
Are you clever enough to understand what we're saying?
Yes, how may I help?
Oh, good. We'd like to resolve the emergency. To do that, we need to get to the control tower. What floor is it on?
The control tower is on floor 25. What is your incident passcode?
Okay, I get out the lift and take the stairs.
Boring conversation anyway.
Okay. As you move away from the lift, more fire rains, but you're clear enough away. You think maybe it could be more of a warning. But yeah, stairs. There are plenty of stairs, so you head up, quite confined.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
The
hear
good thing
the-
about stairs is they don't have AIs.
No, they're quite.
I will stay
stairs.
close to Zhang just to make sure he can walk the stairs.
425. We've got
What
425
floor are we on?
Ah,
Or the
Not
car
have
park
med
underneath,
packs yet.
isn't it? I haven't yet. No, we were just under fire. I will put one on there.
Do you not have an intravenous one?
I think I might have used it.
I've got one.
okay.
What do you mean it?
Yeah, I've used it. Well, then the one I had left was it.
So as
Hit
you're
several times.
I can give you one of mine. I've got a med pack.
Okay, thank you.
debating about this, you hear the door on the next floor in the stairs burst open, and Zhang, you hear shouting as somebody comes through, which sounds Japanese to you.
Okay.
And a
Japanese.
couple of guys come in, and they try and take you out again with Uzis. You can dodge if you like, but it is quite a confined space.
I want to shoot them.
Yeah, shoot them back.
So next initiative, if we're doing that, it would be offensive.
Okay, chop chop.
Chop, chop. Okay, so you launch up the stairs.
Yeah, absolutely. I launch it up the stairs, and that is almost definitely a hit. If it isn't, I have serious complaint to make. 37 damage, which is two short of killing me.
Okay, is that is it just one attack, your sword? 'Cause
Yes.
it's two-handed. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you definitely hit the first one. The second one does just manage to pass dodging out of the way. So he probably grabs the other one.
I'm
kind of
too
uses
busy
the shield.
removing my sword from the first one to hit the second one.
Yeah. So he then tries to shoot you point blank range, which he just manages to hit.
Mm-hmm. That's what the
And
shield's
does
for.
3 damage.
3.
3.
Yeah, my shield absorbs it.
Okay, your shield absorbs it then. Next up is Maxwell.
Yes, I'm going to shooty the little man.
Okay, shooty the little man away.
I'm going to shooty the little man. The little man is very, very nice. But I'm going to shooty him with my hand cannon.
A nice, subtle Western Federation tactic.
Absolutely. I got 2 fucking shots at this.
Especially for a confined space.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look. We've just seen several people carved in half. I don't think shooting someone twice is going to come close to unsubtle at this point. Okay. That's 2 hits.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, would you? What is the point? Oh. 7 damage in total off a 2D flipping 12.
Oh, that's a bit rubbish.
That's barely a graze.
Okay. Yeah. So you think as well that some of the second bullet was soaked up. They do have some body armor on as well.
I have a new plan. Let's all distract the person with our bullets so offensive can slice them one.
Right. Klaus.
Yeah,
He has been thrown back though, of course, but still alive.
I will quickly tend to Zhang, see what his wounds are like.
Okay. Well, they're in need of an intravenous med pack.
Which
One of
I did give it one of mine.
You have one already. Good. Well, do you know how to use it?
Yes, I do. You want to tackle the next one? I will. Okay, that's brilliant. Thank you.
Yep. So you give that really quickly. So yeah, Zhang is feeling more revitalized again. Do you try and shoot at the guy as well, Klaus?
I'd just be wasting bullets. Company property, so no, I shan't.
Okay. Just to make you aware, you know that you've been brought in to do this operation by somebody quite high up. So I'm sure you think they won't mind if you use company property.
How does he get his bullets paid for? The rest of us have to buy our own. Like, we are company property.
You do get a major discount though as Western Fed. Think of the poor.
I know, I'm playing the wrong corporation.
Yeah. Okay then. So finally gets down to the guy who's been blown back into the wall. He kind of tries to stagger and shoot. It does go a little bit wild, but ends up hitting Zhang again, unfortunately. Those dice fell. I'm so sorry. That's 3 health.
3.
This is
Okay.
the book. Yes, 3.
To which point I just shout up at the guy, "You bastard! You wasted a perfectly good fucking med pack.
He did as well.
I'm going to make a serious complaint."
He sort of looks down a little bit, and then looks behind, and runs off.
Runs off.
Like runs back out of the door.
Offensive.
Scared.
Offensive.
No,
I
up to
haven't
floor
finished my
25.
complaint.
Up to floor 25.
Yes.
Just ignore him.
Okay. Okay. So you're just gonna keep ascending the stairs?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So about 5 floors later, where your legs are starting to, or your calves are starting to burn, you think you're up to the sort of ground floor for sort of citizens and consumers, because you're starting to see buildings where there might be things like eateries, restaurants, bars. It's quite big, quite elaborate. You also notice that there are fancier cars on this level. You think, I don't know, may have high priority or priority parking or something. Whereas the cars further down were much more sort of cheaper, a bit more beaten up. There's still traffic going along, and you're now level with it. But you are adjacent to it. You're obviously not right in front of it. The traffic is moving very, very fast. You think sort of 100, 120 miles an hour.
In a multi-story car park.
No, so there's like a big, long, you think like a highway or assisted highway going on nearby, which you think might be one of the sky bridges.
Okay.
The cars in the car park are stationary. But yeah, you can see that if you're sort of looking around in the rain, there's like a smaller bridge going across to other complexes like hotels, cinemas, things like that. And there's lots of like flashing billboards and stuff. In particular, over the road, there is this kind of comical looking Viking character that sometimes says promotions in English and then some sort of Scandinavian language, maybe Norwegian or something. So there's that sort of going on. But you can see some silhouettes actually just above it. That's sort of running along the edge of it.
How many floors have we still to go?
Well, if you take the regular pedestrian route, a lot, but it's quite possible there could be another secure way of getting up there, or like another emergency place you could try and find.
Are you sure we can't take a lift?
There's got to be an easier way.
I have nothing for scaling walls, so just going to run up the stairs.
Okay. Yeah, there is the possibility of scaling up larger buildings, or even like the bars of this big billboard. You could try getting up there yourself. But also there might be some more information in the eateries that you could use.
System.
Hack the lift system. Okay. Coolio. Can you give me your usual intelligence plus computers and AI?
Intelligence, computers and AI. Okay. So that is passed by 9.
Yeah. So you're kind of surprised with the emergency response passcode being 0000.
It's kind of clever in a way, because who would have thought of it?
But yeah, so you can tap that in. The lights kind of change color to a sort of a clinical green, and go. And the AI voice goes, "Welcome, agents. Please get to the tower as soon as you can."
Take us straight there, please.
Righty ho.
Just be careful with the sword, please. Offensive.
I'm pointing it at the doors. What more do you want?
Just
Is loaded.
Okay, so she takes the
Not
lift up.
arguing with you after what we've just witnessed.
She
Bloody
takes
hell.
you up to the 20th floor, and she says, "I am sorry, this is as high as this lift can go, but if you head across the bridge, you'll be able to reach the tower."
Bridge. Where's the bridge?
You can see it right in front of you, just
Alright.
sort of across the car
Alright.
park.
Okay, I'll bolt.
Yep. Okay.
To run across. Is it
Go,
sort of
go as fast as possible.
Okay. The bridge is semi-enclosed, but you do notice that there are some people actually running in your direction towards it. And do you think more people, more Japanese people?
In the same direction as us, like parallel to
No,
us?
from the bridge, so they're coming
From-
out and
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Well, I'll hack one as I go past. I
Okay.
assume they'll shoot before then, but shield.
Well, let's see. Give me an endurance plus athletics roll and see if you get there before they see you.
Oh, damn it. Missed by 1. Should I blow a conviction? I don't know. I'm quite happy to take the shots, to be honest.
Okay. Well, you can still try and dodge the shots. And there's okay. There was one hit, so you do get one hit from that.
Yeah, I'll take it. Sorry, that's what the shield's for.
Oh,
Then
you
there's
get
my
a-
hit points.
a
And then
few
there's the
more.
med packs.
You get a few more Uzi bullets in you, unfortunately, taking 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay.
6 damage, yeah. But you do end up being close to them, so you're about 5 meters away when they see you.
The shield shimmers a few times, and then there's blood.
Hmm. The others presumably are lagging behind a little bit because they don't nearly have the leg days that you do. Because they skip their leg days.
Yeah,
But the others see in the distance, there's a few more of these people
Is it-
coming out the
The
bridge.
useful
it's-
thing is, I am cover.
You see, it's the difference in speed. Offensive is going flat out. We're going at more of a determined jog.
Come on, boys! Let's go and kill them.
Come on,
All
one,
right,
two,
so
1, 2.
we are back up to the top of initiative. So Jang,
Okay, so can I have a shot at one of these guys that offensive just missed?
Yep.
The
Whoa, whoa,
guy-
whoa, whoa, whoa. I haven't missed. I didn't get an attack roll.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to cast any sort of aspersions or anything. Okay, so that is a that's a pass by 1.
oh, okay. So yeah, you kind of you lean your arms on top of a car to try and shoot from there. It is still a bit of a way, and they are quite quick diving back into cover. But you do possibly manage to clip one of them in the arm. What damage do you roll?
1. It was a clip on the arm.
It was indeed a clip on the arm. Okay. But back to offensive.
Mhm. Okay, I'll maul one with the sword, and then I'll kick another out of cover.
Okay.
Actually, I can't actually do all of that because the sword is rate 1. So I'll just hack one with the sword. 35 damage.
Okay. I mean, if you like,
You're an agent might live.
the bridge is, like I said, semi-enclosed, and there is sort of glass panes that look quite flimsy. So you could even push him out if you want.
No, I will hack into him as hard as I can with the sword,
Okay.
and then I'm going to move on because I
And
can
move
move.
Okay, so essentially, like a blood stain appears on the glass,
Yeah,
and then you just let it
I
go.
just bolt
Okay.
through them, so now I'm in amongst them. So good luck
Okay.
shooting at me because they'll hit their own people
Mhm.
because in amongst. That's the theory.
Yes.
Okay.
Offensive is doing her own version of Highlander. Not so much there can be only one, as so much as she only needs to hit them once. I only need to hit once.
Depending, a physical agent, I would need to hit twice. Like I can't necessarily kill myself in one hit. But if I've got the shield up, then it's definitely more than one hit.
Yeah,
That's
there
all.
I need only one.
Go, yeah.
Okay.
I am going to
so
take
Maxwell.
a shot with the hand cannon again.
Okay. So yeah, in the pouring rain, you see offensive take out a couple and then storm through. There are some more though that are, you think, a little bit further along.
Yes,
So
I'm
perhaps
going
if
to.
you aim that way, you can take them out
I'm,
before
I'm,
offensive
I'm
reaches
going
them.
to. I'm going to have a shot at one.
Now the question is, if you miss, the bridge is quite flimsy.
Can I spend a point of conviction for that second shot and re-roll it?
If you've got one, if you've got any left, then yeah, by all means.
Well, I've never used. I've literally. This is the first session I've used conviction.
Well, this is probably the most important time to use it.
It is because I just rolled a 00,
Ah, okay.
which is a very good time to maybe re-roll.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's more impressive. Okay, right. That's 2 hits then. And
Okay,
not one hit and one that was almost guaranteed to take the bridge down because I was using a
Okay,
hand
yeah.
cannon.
Yeah.
The bridge that I'm on, I mean, that would have left me with the only option of
Yes.
phoning my mum and saying goodbye before I hit the ground.
12 points of damage.
Okay, yeah. So essentially, you can see more silhouettes the other side of the glass. So yeah, you fire two shots and puncture through the glass nice and cleanly, and they just go splattering to the other side.
Keep moving.
Okay, yeah. So you eventually get to the bridge as well, and you see offensive is mostly through. Oh, and
Something I said.
gown, apparently. Yeah. So okay. So you get through, and again, more car parks. There's mainly sort of hotels in this bit, but you can see the control tower is kind of up. So you'd have to kind of go into its own complex, get through, and then up to the top.
Is there a way to jump to the outside wall from somewhere so that we can get most of the way up it to begin with without going up through the control tower, which I assume is defended?
Well, at the moment, you can't see anybody, at the bottom of the control tower, which is what you're level with. But the control tower itself is a good sort of 100 feet tall.
Okay, well, I just run at that.
You run at the tower.
Well, but that's our mission, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I thought you meant like running up the wall type thing.
Oh, right. No. Well, I'm just going to run to it. I asked if there was a way to somewhere I could get across. But
Well,
there
there
is.
is.
So in that
There
case,
is
I'll go
potentially
against it.
the large billboard again, and a couple of other higher structures, but they're not high enough to get to the top. So
Well,
you kind of be halfway up.
All I can say is you could always maybe use a sword and hack your way up the wall because the amount it seems to be able to carve through the wall should be no problem.
Bring the floor down to us.
The level of the billboard then, does that have like glass or so if I was running along the top of the billboard and jumped into the tower, am I going to hit concrete or am I going to have a window I can dive through?
Yeah, potentially there's going to be windows by that point, but it's not necessarily where you need to be. But yeah, it's another way for you to get in.
Yeah, I'll go in that way.
Okay. So you need to climb up the billboard first of all. Okay, so that will be another athletics plus. Let's go for agility. The others, you think that there are a couple of people stationed along this billboard as well.
Pass by 7.
Okay, yeah, you scale it fine. There are, in fact, a few others stationed along this billboard, and they immediately turn to you and start sort of edging along towards you. The traffic is really apparent, like racing along below you, which is a little bit concerning. But okay, you run forward, yes? Okay.
Power of blood.
Okay. However, Who is next? Klaus.
Yeah. Are there any more targets on this level? On the floor?
Not for the moment, no. The main ones you can see are at the top of this billboard that Offensive is trying to scale.
Okay. And is there like a lobby area we can go to where there's more steps leading up?
There's plenty. So there's like a main
Okay.
lobby area in the tower. There's various other sort of hotels you could use if you want.
Direct route to the tower, looking for some more steps.
Yep.
Stairs.
Yeah.
Although
So
I won't be going ahead, I will be waiting for the other two.
okay. Yeah. See, but you kind of make a beeline for the tower. It's not a problem.
This way.
Okay. So the enemy.
So these,
they,
are these all these people on top, going on top of this billboard along with Offensive?
there are a few of them. You can't tell exactly how many because of the rain, but they are edging along towards Offensive. But you think maybe they were guarding or stationed on there before?
Okay. No, I just suddenly occurred to me that we've got the human equivalent of shooting cans off the top of a log.
Basically, yeah. So they edge along carefully and try and fire, although they do so terribly. Oh, that one's not so terrible. And neither's that one, actually. Okay. Okay, so you take 4 damage from two bullets, and the others kind of you can hear them go dong off the metal that you're bouncing on.
Mm-hmm. That's okay. Shield is there for a reason. All right, and I'll play cricket with the first one. Send him down to the traffic.
Okay.
That'll stop the traffic.
Well, it might do. You don't know.
Only thing I want to know is how many bits of him are going to go down to the traffic.
Well, I did 36 damage, so I don't know if they're normal human, then 3.
3 bits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. So you carve up this sucker, and he goes careering off this billboard on one side.
I can move as well, can't I? I can do my attack and I can move, right?
You can move, but it's quite narrow, this billboard, so it's a case of
Okay.
balancing. But if you're going in a straight line, it shouldn't be too bad.
Well, yeah, I was thinking of doing a straight line at speed, so it's up to him if he gets out of the way.
Yeah, that's fine. And the answer is probably no.
Okay, how close to the end of the billboard?
Him or you?
Him.
Him. It's about halfway across, actually.
Okay. All right. I'll hold
Hmm.
it for this one. I'll save it for the next one.
Okay. And in fact, the others from where you are, as the body parts disappear down into the traffic, you see the billboard change. It's what looks like a Brunhilde type character with the pigtails, and she's doing this sort of quite comical crying almost, and it said 1,000th suicide in the past month. And then repeated in Nordic,
Oh,
And then there's like a hotline that comes up. We are here for you. Please give us a call.
I'm almost tempted to phone the hotline and say, "Well, there about to be a couple more. Something really sad has happened. They got on the wrong side of
Okay.
someone who really, that is suicidal."
Okay, so Jang, back to you.
Well, Maxwell, we better follow Dr. Klaus. We're getting too far behind Offensive.
Yep. Yes, we might have to do something a bit more than a determined jog.
Yeah, so we're going to follow Klaus because we're falling back.
Just try sprint a bit more, try and cut the distance.
I'll slow down as well.
Okay. So there's a big lobby that you can get into. There's another set of lifts.
He'll try another set of lifts.
Yep. Okay, so you get in easily. The AI again says to you, "Well done, agents, for scaling across. That's very good. Now please head up as soon as you can. They're just about to set the bomb. I would appreciate it if you could defuse it, or whatever it is that you do nowadays."
Bomb. Oh,
Okay, AI. AI. I hate to be a bit of a sort of sore loser in all of this, but could you maybe have maybe said about the bomb before now?
There's a pause.
I mean, talk
and then it
about
says,
burying the fucking headline.
"It didn't seem important at the time. You were busy trying to get out of the car park."
I left my spy book of bombs at home.
Zhang, do you want to take this? Just
They've not set the bomb yet, AI.
Well, they've done something. I can feel it in the workings.
Okay, we better get us up there as fast as possible.
yep.
And as you ascend, there's kind of a stream of windows that kind of shoot past you. Offensive, while you're on the tower, you can see there's a couple of helicopters that have started circling.
Oh,
And
are they close enough to jump to?
not at the moment, but you think they might be friendly because one of them tries to shoot at the other assailants on the billboard.
Okay, I beckon it over.
Okay, yeah. So one comes over.
I'll grab onto its thing and I'll shout at its runner underneath, and I'll say, "Drop me off at the top of the control tower."
Okay, ma'am, no problem. It's an English accent, like you've heard from the person that communicates as well so far.
Oh, yes, I'm so sorry. "Drop me off at the top of the control tower."
And in fact, you see it's an EI helicopter.
Oh,
Of course, Klaus knows this already.
it's
Plastic
Why-
gin
why-
palace, I know.
why do I feel we should have the Airwolf theme tune going at this point?
Okay, so as you're shooting up in the lift, you three, you suddenly feel a jolt and like a couple more kind of scraping, and you actually kind of come to an abrupt stop. And the guy says, "I'm terribly sorry. They appear to have disabled the lifts. I'll see what I can do to get the lift moving again."
How many floors? How many floors do we have?
Well, you appear to be between the 44th and the 45th,
And the control tower is on the
the top floor.
yes. Which floor is that
The
in
50th.
numbers?
The 50th.
Oh, we might
It
as well
doesn't rain, but it fucking pours.
open the doors.
Get this lift working.
Do you tell her to open the door? Sorry, Jan.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, she opens again with sort of force. She sort of opens the door. You can see there's a bit of a gap that you might be able to crawl out of if that's what you intend.
Yeah, I'm going to try that. I'm going to try and leg it up the stairs. We can't wait in the lift for this bomb to go off.
Yeah,
Okay.
climb out. Climb
Follow
out.
them.
And locate the stairs and go up.
Yeah. At this point, I'm swapping the hand cannon for the Cougar.
Okay, coolio. Meanwhile, on the helicopter, are you actually getting inside the helicopter, or are you just dramatically hanging from it?
I'm just hanging from it and heading for the window, which I intend to dive through. So what I'm doing is I'm swinging backwards and forwards to give myself momentum, so when it gets to the control tower, I can just let go and dive through the window.
Okay, that's fine. As you're getting ready to kind of position yourself to go in, you hear the pilot quite frantically shouting, you think to somebody on comms that he's communicating with. He says, "Sir, we haven't got a choice. We need reinforcements. There's too many of them. Sir! Sir! Fuck!" And then you actually feel the helicopter kind of go higher. Like
Top
not,
of the control tower, or I'll kill you before your reinforcements get here.
you after a few seconds, somebody leans out and says, "Change of plan, we're bailing out of this."
No, top of the control tower or you're dead.
You're going to be dead anyway.
I'll hack his head off. Pilot, you're next if you don't take me there.
Jesus, woman, you maniac. Right, go quick. And they kind of do a quite quick maneuver back towards the tower. You're going to have to give me a roll
Offensive?
for that.
Offensive? I'm speaking over speaker. Are you en route?
Yes. Sorry, what did you say, Jason? Did you say roll for something?
Yes, you're going to need to roll. I hadn't quite decided what yet, but it's probably going to be an agility plus athletics.
Pass by 4.
Okay, yeah. So even with the kind of more short notice launch towards the window, you do a nice swing, go straight through the glass
Okay.
onto the top floor.
All right.
There is nobody else in here.
There must be a bomb, though, right?
You think presumably somewhere. So it's well lit in here. Lots of control panels that not really your forte. You don't really know what they do. Lots of
stop
wires
traffic.
as well within the wall.
I press that button. If there's a big red
You
stop.
press the big red stop traffic button. You can't see anything like that, but you do see there's sort of little labels, and there's like a big console that says traffic control.
Okay. So I'll go to that one, find the stop button.
There's a keyboard, like a computer type keyboard to type text in. There's a couple of levers and
Oh,
buttons
fuck
as well.
this. That's for Jan. Right. I look for briefcases, suitcases, anything that looks like red tubes.
Yep. Okay. So you go around the corner. It's almost like you're sort of around a big pillar that's the main body of the tower. So almost like a mushroom cloud type, design. As you go around the corner, yeah, there are a good few suitcases that have been sprawled out. There are like little wires and things like that all connected up.
Okay, I start cutting them.
Okay.
It doesn't matter which way you cut if you cut them all at the same time.
Okay. Meanwhile,
Nice knowing you.
back to the other three. So you don't need to roll for climbing out. I'll say that you do eventually sort of shimmy out. You hear that Maxwell's been speaking to Offensive, and she has been en route, but she hasn't said where specifically.
Okay, and we're going to trudge upstairs.
I don't know. I don't know exactly what offensive means when she said she's on her way, but given offensive, it could be anything.
Someone's going to pay anyway.
I actually do have some knowledge of support weapons.
Oh.
I wonder if I actually know how to disarm a bomb.
Maybe if it was built by some claptrap terrorist group, but this is a bit more refined.
Right.
In
So if it's
that-
highly sophisticated, it won't survive being shaken about and bashed. Or
The more sophisticated the explosive and detonation device, the easier it is to break because they tend to be flimsy little bastards.
that's my thinking. I don't know. What
I
can
like that
deduce?
thinking.
What can I deduce?
I like that thinking.
You deduce that, yeah, potentially it could damage it, but you don't know how sensitive this thing is.
Don't
I
speed the
get
clock
on the
up.
speaker. How do I disable a bomb?
It depends what they've done.
Well, I don't know. It's in a load of suitcases.
You
Okay,
hear
so
more shooting down the corridor, you three, as the last one of you clambers up.
Is there one particular suitcase that looks like all the wires are going to?
You tell me, Jason.
Oh, apologies. Yes and no. Like there's a couple of big ones that have been coupled, but apart from that, you don't know which one would be the big
Tell you what, right? There's a
power
sea.
cable.
This Skybridge is over the sea, right?
Yeah, you think it's the
Okay.
sea or this big lake.
Okay, I bundle all the suitcases up. Helicopter. I need a helicopter here now within a very short period of time.
Agent, we're not sending any more reinforcements in.
No, don't need reinforcements. I need a very quick extraction.
We're not extracting anybody.
Oh, fucking EI.
We're nearly there. Hold on, offensive. We're nearly there.
All right, I'm just going to smash it.
How far are we from the top?
I will say that you're close. So, you kind of you sprint up the corridor. There's a little bit of this while you're communicating with offensive. You manage to clamber up the stairs, and yeah, she smashed it. Do you smash it with a weapon? Do you smash it just by throwing it on the ground?
I'll put my sword straight through the suitcase because, it probably needs electronic. Oh, it needs electronics. It'll be electronics, won't it? Right, I'll get the water machine and I'll empty the water machine over all the electronics so they go boom.
Okay, that would involve you going out and back into the corridor, but that's not a problem. In fact, what I'll say is that the four of you kind of see each other when you come back out to get like a big water tank.
Yeah, and I'll go back in with the big blue water bottle and empty it over all of the things.
I can see it now at our funerals. The headstones on it and the epitaph for all four of us will be, "We were so close."
Didn't know it failed boom. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you pour on it, and there's sort of sparks that come off. In fact, there's a lot of water now that's leaking around you that's got electricity in it.
Shock.
Shocking.
Unless you want to try and maneuver out of the way, whether you would do that.
Absolutely shocking.
Nah, won't be that bad. Got a shield.
Okay. So you take another 3 damage from these electric charges that are now running on the floor.
Yeah, I am not going into the room with all the water. Thank you very much. No.
Okay, and then I'll put my sword through the briefcases.
Okay. You take out your sword, much to the other's horror, presumably, and you run it through the cables, and nothing happens.
And through the suitcases.
Yep, also nothing happens.
I do them all.
To which you hear the sound of the AI going through the building from the lift in Japanese, which you know from a little bit of the language, Jang. Well, a little bit. Roughly translates as "ha ha ha, that was a decoy." And then you hear this big boom from the base of the tower. And you suddenly feel everything shift to one side.
I'm going to grab hold of a pillar or something that's solid.
I'm going to dive out the window onto the billboard.
Okay. That's going to be tricky. I never say no. I say yes, but that is going to be a very precise agility plus athletics with a -6. That is its rating.
Passed by 2.
Okay. So you see offensive jump out through one of the windows, do a nice somersault onto this very thin billboard, about 50 feet, and tumble even, so she breaks a fall. The tower is careering away a little bit, but it will definitely hit some of the traffic.
Well, I've got the best view.
You do have a nice view.
This just sums up my love life completely. One big blow and it all deflates.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And as the tower careers onto this traffic, and actually a bit of it even comes off and heads towards the billboard as it breaks into several pieces. You kind of come out of your sort of stupor, and you see, well, you feel hot. You feel sort of fire and flames as you're struggling to breathe and come to your senses. But first, we will take a break.
I forgot we were in a blooming.
Talking about.
Wow.
Well, that was exciting. Second half coming up. Hi, Steve. Hope you're enjoying the show so far.
I just ran my toe over with the blinking wheel on the chair.
Don't do that. It's sore.
It was completely unintentional.
Steve says, hi, Ronnie. All hail the great Slayer. Is that in reference to Friday night?
Mm-hmm.
If so, Hail me indeed. Um, yeah. Steve says, Jason, oh my God, is the,
Is the
chair
chair
okay?
Yes, my toes are made of steel.
Yeah. That chair is being told to toe the line. Was Friday traumatic for you, Stephen?
Oh, did his character die?
No, but he damn near did. Might still. He'll find out on Friday.
Oh. I see.
I left it halfway through a combat.
Oh. Didn't get out of bed for 2 days. Oh.
It wasn't traumatic. Next session could be, but this one wasn't.
Well, one game at a time. Okay, so let's have a rundown of how much damage you lost.
I lost 0 hit points.
Okay.
It's all on the shield. 16.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't lose any. I didn't get hit.
So it was all Jang, I believe. I don't think Klaus
Yeah.
lost any, did he?
Yeah. No, 0 hits
I'm down 11 at the moment.
this time.
Okay, so
In this
Yeah,
scene, however,
essentially-
I'm down 1.
yes, I remember that. Yeah. So essentially, Jang, you don't feel like it's happened, but it definitely kind of makes you come to your senses a lot slower than the other 3.
Okay.
So, the other 3, what happens is you realize you're back by the lift. You think that a flamethrower has come through, and there are people on the other side, obviously operating this flamethrower.
Fire
Hence
up
the
the
heat
shield.
and the crispiness. Obviously, the shield helps protect. But for those who don't have shields, I will give you a chance to dodge if you want.
Oh, yes, please.
So that'll
We
be
we
reflex
were all
plus
taking
athletics.
cover behind the sarcophagus thingy, weren't we? Last session.
Oh, okay.
So it's more of a duck than a dodge.
Yeah.
Cool. Fine. In that case, you get a +4 for that.
Ooh, okay.
So reflexes plus athletics. What may happen with Jang is, again, Maxwell kind of pulls you down rather than you realize what's going on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
succeed.
that's if I can actually make my roll.
Actually made that by 1.
Maybe one.
That's with the +4.
Yeah.
Reflexes plus athletics, and we've got what, +4 on this?
Yes. So it should be nice and easy.
Oh,
Me, I failed mine by 4.
well, I wanted to actually have a slightly different statement of intent, although I suspect it would have been the same roll, which is
Yeah.
would be to flick my shield on and jump over the top. However, I have failed, so conviction.
Okay.
Yay! Oh,
There's a lot of conviction being used.
this is shit. I still failed.
So when you say leap over, do you mean leap over the sarcophagus?
Yeah. Leap over, flicking the shield on as I went, and I failed the reflexes roll. So presumably it hits me before I get the shield up or something. I don't know. You're cool.
Yeah. Okay. So Klaus, what did you get? Sorry.
I ended it with 2 under, fortunately. Thank you for the +4.
Okay. So Maxwell, you a little bit of your hair comes off with 2 damage as you do duck down because obviously you can do that, but you just feel it on top of your head. Yeah. Meanwhile, offensive. Yeah. Basically, you're so kind of concentrating on the jump that you just miss the button on your shield. So no, it doesn't emit quite when you want it to. So you take 4 because you're
Oh.
kind of in the range of the fire. Yeah, there are basically these people in bodysuits, full bodysuits, coming out that you presume are again from Miliuri, and they start kind of coming round, and this one in front's got flamethrower, others are armed.
Mhm. Chop chop.
Yep. Black Cougar's coming out.
Yeah,
All right.
definitely.
Can we have another initiative round, please?
12 again.
Reflexes, yes.
Yes.
16 again.
11 from me.
Okay.
And 13. Oh, that's unlucky.
Ah.
Not that unlucky. You're asking before I am.
And they are okay. So right. Okay. So Jang is still at first. Essentially, there's this slow guy, the quite heavy guy with a flamethrower, that's kind of trying to recharge the weapon, you think, or replenish it. Meanwhile, the others are much quicker. They've got handguns and they take positions, essentially trying to surround you. But you are able to get a couple of shots in, you think, before they take the necessary cover or whatever they want to do.
Sorry, is that me?
Yes.
What you mean? I didn't hear what you said then. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So I was saying that there's one sort of heavy guy with the flamethrower. He's trying to replenish it, you think, hence why he's acting quite slowly. The others have got handguns, and they're rushing to like a cover position, you think, but you've got time to get a couple of them, you think, before they do that.
Okay, yeah, I'll fire with Black Cougar then. Thanks. Yeah. Okay, so that is a miss, a hit, and a hit. 2 hits for a 4 and a 5.
Yep, that's fine. Yeah, you hit both of them, and they take that full damage. Yeah, so you get 2 of them, each sort of square in the chest. But their body armor is quite thick. They react to it, but you don't know how much that's gonna, slow them down or what have you.
Might just knocked them off balance a bit.
And in fact, they react next. So they take a shot at 3 of you. So offensive because you're right there in front. Maxwell and Jang. That is a hit for offensive. Just hit for Maxwell. Miss for Jang. And that's 4 and 5, respectively, for offensive and Maxwell.
Okay.
Okay. Did I manage to get the shield on at all? Or did...
It was only for that point when you're jumping over, so if you wanted
Okay.
to do it now, that's fine.
Yeah. Just wanted to know where to take the damage off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, next up is Klaus.
Okay, leaning back up over this sarcophagus with my pistol, I will spend a turn aiming at the valve on the guy with the flamethrower.
Ah, okay. Coolio. That'll give you a nice little bonus for the next turn. Offensive.
I'm going to start at one end of their fanned out circle and work my way round.
Okay, like a whirling dervish. Okay, make your attack roll.
Passed by 11.
Mhm.
Don't know if they're putting anything into defense, but that'll be 35 damage. Didn't roll that well, sadly.
No, they're very gun orientated. These people. Okay, so
I just want to feel how sad I am that offensive only got 35 points of damage.
It's shameful, isn't it?
Sorry, is that 35 for each of them, or is it like
No,
divided?
no, no. I have one attack per turn. I don't do that.
Oh,
I don't
okay,
do
okay.
multiple attacks a turn, but
Okay.
I do cause serious trouble for people who rely on armor.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the body armor is thick, and it just takes a little bit. It's almost like an inconvenience of like, oh god, I've got to hack a bit harder.
Yeah, it would have taken 4 or 5 off
Yeah, but you,
the heavy armor.
yeah, but you definitely do some nice large lacerations into this first one, rendering him rather incapacitated.
Nice.
Maxwell.
Yes. Who is the nearest one to me?
Either one of the guys with guns who's on your left, or the guy with the flamethrower.
I'm going to go with the guy with the gun because I've probably seen that Klaus is sort of going like that, and I'm thinking, okay, right, he's going for the flamethrower guy. I'm going to shoot. So it's the cougar, so it's 3 shots.
Okay.
Three hits.
3 hits. Okay, roll your damage.
Right, I'm just going to use the cougar from now on.
Fair enough.
That's 18 damage.
Ooh, okay. So again, it's thick armor. You think that it's been soaked up a little bit, but he goes down. Right. Then we have the one with the flamethrower. So you've moved out. Okay, so he's actually gonna make a beeline for Klaus as you're kind of just poised with your gun, going, he kind of trudges towards you like this, and tries to do like a sweep of flamethrower at you.
Whoops.
Do you wish to do anything to try and prevent you from getting singed?
Yes, I will drop back down someplace.
Drop that down. Okay. Can you give me another reflex plus athletics roll, please?
All of us or just Klaus?
Just Klaus.
Do I get any bonuses this time?
No, you would have got a bonus if you managed to shoot at him, but this is a completely different action you're doing, so no, unfortunately.
I failed by
Okay.
4.
Oh dear. Okay, so a little bit like Maxwell, but possibly worse.
I get my eyebrows singed.
Yeah. Okay, so you actually take seven damage. This sort of burning heat comes at your face, and you definitely feel like you're going to get a couple of at least 1st-degree burns on your cheeks.
I'll get some lavender on that, I'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Just drag yourself back up. And he keeps kind of coming towards you. Maybe you think to try and get you point blank, but he's not quite there yet. But we are back up to Zhang.
Okay, so I'm going to try and stop him from, if he's just walking towards close, trying to burn close out, I'm going to try and stop him by shooting at him.
Okay.
That is a hit. That is a miss. And that is a hit.
Okay.
So it's a 6 and a 1.
Okay. You get him a little bit, but possibly in one of the more reinforced parts of his armor. He's got more armor on than the others. Maybe it's done a little nip, but it's not really stopping him.
Does it distract him in any sort of way, away from close?
Briefly.
Okay.
Briefly. Okay, then it's the gun's turn. So there's 2 left. So there's the other 2 are a little bit further away, so they're trying to sort of get you from behind. So they try and shoot at all of you, but whether they will or not is a different matter because they're kind of quickly changing direction. First one misses, and the second one also misses. So it's just kind of bullets flying like all different directions. Klaus, you've got a few seconds before this guy's on you.
Right. Pop back up again and blast away.
All right. I'll give you a little bonus of +2, given how close you are to him.
I will need it.
Yes, you will.
Just don't fumble this roll, or you're going to shoot. You'll probably shoot the flipping pack.
Okay, that's a miss, not a fumble.
For that.
That's a miss, not a fumble.
Ooh.
Oh, that's it. D8
Last one's a hit, sorry.
Yep, the last one.
Okay.
2 points.
Okay, just to clarify, were you aiming at him or the cap on the flamethrower?
Yeah, if it was, yeah, probably just him and blind panic firing. Seeing as it spoiled my aim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So you
Browns off his arm.
so you hit him nice and square in the chest, but he just looks at it as if it's nothing. It just seems to have soaked into his armor, like nice thick armor.
Sorry.
Okay, offensive.
I charge through the falling debris of this lobby onto the next person. Can I reach them in a turn?
Potentially, yeah. So there's 2 more that have just tried to fire, and then there's also this big flamethrower guy that's giving Klaus a bit of grief. So it depends
Yeah.
on which direction you choose.
There's 3 of them to deal with the flamethrower guys. I'm just going to go around in a circle, nice and simple.
Okay.
No, we'll deal with flamethrower.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Considering that this guy's missed, then I'll say yes. That's fine. You can get to him.
Okay. That is a pass by 8.
Yep.
32. Doing
Yep,
less damage
another-
each time.
Again, a bit of soaked armor, but a nice cleave through once again, like sausage meat.
Damn, I only got the arm off.
Which Jang will be very familiar with, being part of Apocalyptica or Apocalypse Now or something.
Oops, no.
Apocalypse Now. In fact, you actually think that offensive might be worth working for you at some point. Because it's so good cutting meat, you know. Okay, Maxwell.
I am going to turn onto the guy with the flamethrower, and I'm just going to shoot him.
Okay.
3 nice, gentle shots. You know, just want to shoot him.
Just want to shoot you.
That's 3 hits.
Mm-hmm.
12 damage
Okay.
for all of that. 12 fucking damage.
Okay. You think you've whittled him out a little bit more, but again, it's that armor. It's tricky, but it is enough to distract him from Klaus and now point at you. To which he now starts marching over and pointing the big flamethrower at you.
Yeah, I feel the need to duck.
Okay.
Didn't think of plan through, did you?
Or more,
It will
you
be
know,
more a case unless you tried ducking behind the sarcophagus, but that's probably not the best thing to do considering he's right next
I think it'd be
to it.
more of a dive and get the fuck out the way. It'd be
Dive,
a tuck
maybe.
and roll.
Yeah, maybe back through one of the doors or just out.
Yeah,
of the way.
just anything to sort of, you know, not suddenly feel the heat.
Okay. All right, you try and dive through one of the doors. So again, it'd be another reflexes plus athletics, please.
Wish me luck. Okay, whoever was wishing me luck didn't wish hard enough. I'm going to spend my last point of conviction
Okay.
just to give me the +4, so I succeed in that test because I failed by 1.
Right. Okay. Cool. So you make it by 3. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. Right.
because I don't actually have athletics. I'm rolling my reflexes.
Ah. Okay.
I know
I'm
you-
trying to roll under
Reflexes.
6.
Jesus. Okay. Fair enough. Okay then. So you dive through the doors. Fortunately, you were fairly close to them anyway, so you can kind of throw yourself back through them. Again, you feel the heat, but only feel it. It's not pain. It's not actual inflicted damage, fortunately.
What the
But-
fuck? This isn't a fucking sauna.
But if you remember, there were lots of these sort of plants that were protruding out of various walls. He sets one of them, the largest one, alight, and it gives off this sort of scream, this high-pitched scream, emits this sort of weird gassy thing, possibly a reflex.
Shit. I might have to duck out of here. Actually,
rest
I
of
have a
you-
very good idea.
Oh, okay. But yeah, the rest of you, as this is happening with the plant, you actually see, even though they've got helmets on, you actually see a couple of them instinctively do that, like covering their where their mouths would be. So we are back up to Jang.
Where are they? The one with the flamethrower. Where is he positioned outside?
A little bit over to the right of the lifts, where Maxwell's just dived through the door. He's also the closest to this plant that he's just set on fire and probably pissed off a lot.
Can I lean in close to him, put my Black Cougar right to his ear and fire?
Are you intending to do so stealthily or more just really quick?
Just really quickly, as quick as I can manage, anyway.
You can try, but you'd need to do another athletics plus agility, please.
Probably not going to be great, but I'll give it a go.
But if you
Athletics.
pass, you won't need to roll an attack damage or attack to hit.
And I failed. 5, 6.
Yeah. You basically you try and run up, but he's already turning around. He sees you, although he's kind of busy with holding his arm like this, so he's not quite ready to turn it around, but he will do at some point. So the ones that are left, they're going to make some rolls. Okay. One of them is a bit slower, but the other one does try and fire. Let's go for Maxwell. Although it is through the door, so I guess he tries to do it while you're diving through, but misses. Next up is Klaus.
Got it. So the flame fellow has turned away from me slightly. So
Yeah. One thing on your mind as well is you're a little worried about how they're reacting to this kind of gassy excretion. You think that they think it could be poisonous or toxic.
Okay. Well, seeing as I'm still crouched down, sort of behind the sarcophagus, I'll quickly rummage in my bag and pull out my respirator and
Okay.
slap it over my head. Self-preservation first.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
If I have any other action, I'll fire at the flamethrower man again.
Yeah, I'll give you one of those. Yeah.
That would be that would be a miss.
Yeah, you're just a little bit too distracted maybe by the gas.
Yeah.
Okay. Offensive.
I'm going to sprint up behind this flamethrower guy.
Uh-huh.
I'll run my sword through him first, and then I'd like to do a free action.
Okay.
You might not allow the free action. I might have to wait till next turn, but we'll see. So I'll start with the sword through the back. which just passes by 3.
Okay.
Oh, nice roll there, though. So but that kind of recovered it a bit. So it's back to 34 damage.
Yeah, you impale him like
Okay.
a shish kebab.
More than that, I put my sword through him from behind, through his spine, and then I let go of the handle, and then its electrical defense system kicks in and starts electrocuting him. So that's not the point. Because, by the way, my sword has an ID chip. Scan it now. Anyway, what I want to do is I want to grab the flamethrower and point it up at the sprinkler system.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. You can do that.
So I want to offload the flames at the sprinklers, basically, to get them to switch on, because my thinking is that might clear the gas.
Yeah, very intuitive. So yeah, you do that. It's heavy, and it's clunky, and it takes you a few seconds to kind of work out how to use it. And yeah, you kind of have to throw your arm up just to get it high enough.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you see this big ball of flame come out towards what you think are the sprinklers. And then, yeah, you hear this sort of bell noise, quite reminiscent to in the previous scene, interestingly. And water starts spraying out, which slowly extinguishes the plant.
Okay.
There are still a couple of gunmen left. However, it is Maxwell's go.
I'm going to head back out of the doorway I dove into. And now that the sort of water's going, my plan worked perfectly.
Hold on long enough till I get there.
That's it. That was the plan. Worked like a charm.
I was trying not to kill that one. I thought I'd leave it for you guys, but needs must.
Worked like a charm. See, just incomplete. Anyway, I get out the door. Can I see one of these gunmen from my position?
Just about, yes.
Yes, and I would just about like to fire at him.
Okay. Yeah, there is Offensive who is currently handling this flamethrower of the sprinklers, so I'm going to give you a little penalty, especially now it's watery. So -4. Because you've got to fire past her without hitting.
Don't worry. I'm protected by a guy with a flamethrower. What could go wrong? And my shield's up. I don't mind a bit of friendly fire.
Okay. I hit with 2 out of the 3, but the first one was a crit.
Crit miss, you mean?
Crit hit.
Or the first hit was a crit?
The first hit was a critical hit.
Okay. Lovely jubbly. All right, so... Babe, can you remind me what happens with crit hits?
I can't honestly remember. I usually just go over the top with it. Dial the dial up to 14.5.
Okay, then go ahead and dial it up to 14.5, Maxwell. Because your damage will get him no problem.
Okay. So it's only 2d10, but as I say...
Yeah, but you got a crit.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell. Thank God for the crit, that's all I can say.
So, describe how you take him out.
In one flowing move, with the water everywhere, I find myself dropping to my knees, sliding across the water, underneath the flames that Offensive is shooting out, picking my spot and just going... and taking the guy out with a straight shot between the eyes, and a second one just hitting him in the mouth because I like the idea of him dying with a smile on his face.
And your eyesight's so good you can see this all beyond his visor.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so back to Jang as the flamethrower has been dispatched.
The flamethrower has been dispatched. Right.
Oh yeah, you missed a very dramatic killing from offensive. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, unavoidable, I'm afraid. I'm going to try and get this big, what is it, this cylinder on this gurney moving. Try and start pushing out the doors and into the corridor, into the reception area.
Well, bear in mind you're still a couple of floors up because you never actually got into the lift.
Oh,
there were
so
some people in
to
it.
get into the lift. I thought we were in the lift.
No.
Which opened up for us to come out into the reception.
No, so you were about to go in and they came out, so they'd already come up to meet you.
Into the lift then.
I thought Jed absolutely convinced we went down the lift and the doors were opening last session, but okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
apologies.
No. The diversion into the Skybridge Tower has obviously, as we come back to reality, we'd obviously not gone as
That's
far
what I
as we
want.
thought.
That's what I wanted it to be anyway, but it doesn't really matter because you're getting in
It
the
does
lift and going down a
explain
couple of
some
floors.
of the description, actually.
Okay, I want to try and get this trolley moving and get this cylinder
Yeah.
into the lift.
Yep. It's a bit of a squeeze, but yes, it's possible.
Okay. Not particularly gentle either. So it's going to bang into the back of the lift and bang into the side. Into the back.
Okay, so you're doing that. So there is one left. And he's going to possibly take his last ever shot of his life at offensive. And he's going to hit quite nicely. And that's 6 damage. As he fires a couple at your
Okay.
shield.
Yeah. And, they just dropped to the floor after hitting the shield. Oh, no, it's not necessarily my go. I don't.
No, it's not. This is Klaus before you.
I shall assist Zhang in his struggles.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. So you kind of help him out. There's still loads of water coming down. As you notice, actually, in the lift, there's one as well. But it's just more an annoyance than anything. But yeah, you get it in. So offensive.
Okay. I let the fire flamethrower guy drop to the floor, and as he does so, it bounces my sword out, and I catch it all dramatically. And I'm tempted to fling it at the last person, but I know I'm a shit throw, so I'll just. I'm actually just going to really slowly walk toward him,
Okay.
smiling.
Okay.
I'm going to let him get a few more shots off at me first.
Okay. Maxwell, are you going to ruin the moment?
You know what? Yes, because I'm feeling really good after that incredible shot I pulled off.
Mhm.
So 3 shots to get blammed into the guy.
Yeah, I'll say that you've moved up a little bit now, so
Yeah.
make a better point. His eyes fixed on offensive.
Well, and it's another 2 shots hit. No criticals this time. 12 points of damage.
Okay. Okay, so he kind of slumps to the floor, but in his dying breath, you actually hear him utter, "An American with a sword."
I'll kind of lean over him and I press the lift call button, which would be a lot cooler if the lift wasn't already there, but I'm dense.
Yep, you actually look up and you see Jang and Klaus have already got the sarcophagus in the lift.
Ah, here already. Ah, fantastic. As I remember my accent.
Well, that went
So-
swimmingly.
What's the plan?
Well, we're going to get this guy out into a med center.
Somehow, I don't know how you get him out of Russia.
Thankfully, we can all have a quick shower whilst we're in the lift, it would seem.
It is a little wet, yes. Sorry, it's a little wet, yes. There must be a med center in Russia somewhere.
What you think? Yes, there should be some.
Yes.
In
Bound to
Vladivostok.
be one in Vladivostok.
Hmm. As you hear the lids close, you hear one of their communicators start to buzz. Everything all right? Have you killed them yet?
Do we recognize the
Is
voice?
it possible to grab the communicator just before the doors close, or is it too late?
No, but you could like put your hand out through the doors and stop the lift if you want to then go out and grab it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
go
for
on.
the 2 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you,
Alright.
you think it could be either the same guy you spoke to earlier in the contact center switchboard, or possibly somebody else?
Oh, fantastic.
Excellent.
I really would like to speak to your manager.
It just goes dead.
Yeah. Get a hold of it.
It
We'd
was
like
lovely
to
to
complain
start.
about your terms of service. Gentlemen, it could be that when we get to the ground floor, we might be met by a small bit of resistance.
Anyone got a grenade of any kind?
Unfortunately, not. I neglected to pack the grenades.
No.
Oh,
Ah, well, stop at the first floor and we'll just go out the window. It avoids a fight. Oh no, we got a sarcophagus. We've got to go out the ground floor.
Could we go past the ground floor into the car park or sub basement?
Is there one?
There might be a basement, but certainly, if you remember, it's very exposed and flat ground, like outside this tower.
Was there a car park outside the tower?
No.
Then there must be one inside. So you might have a point.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We do need a new vehicle.
Yes, we do. Something big enough to get this sarcophagus in.
Yeah.
sub basement.
Okay, you go down to the basement. Yes, there is a car park, not nearly as big as the one in the previous scene, but yeah, it is there, presumably for members of staff, patients, possibly.
Okay. We need a large van.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. It's
I
possible.
need to find a way of starting it.
Well, normally you turn the key and
Yeah, I
start.
think we're going to have to nick it, aren't we? So,
Yes, you will. Although I'm sure at the moment that's the least of your problems. So
Is
yeah,
it?
there are a couple of Gemini marked vans.
Oh, we'll take one of those.
yeah.
Yep.
Do they have keys in them, or are they unlocked at least?
They are unlocked. They kind of have like a sliding door.
Mhm.
Interestingly, rather than you open. But the actual like way of starting, you work out, Jang. It's more of like a hand match pad, or possibly you put a key card on it. It's some kind of pad anyway, like an identifier.
Is there any way of hot wiring that? Any way of wiring around it or hacking the system?
Possibly. Can you make me an intelligence plus computers and AI roll?
Intelligence, computers, and AI, which is so that is 11, which I made by 5.
Okay, yeah. So you think you can definitely do it, but it'll take a bit of time. Probably an easy way would just be for you to find a key card or drag a body down and use them.
Okay, well, yeah, we can go back and get somebody. Did we find bodies, or are they all plants?
Well, there's the bodies of the gunmen. They're still there. They're not being devoured by the plants.
Yeah,
Okay.
but who says that they're going to be able to open it?
There is also the Gemini.
They're right at the top, aren't they? Floor.
Bit
That
bit
is-
further up, yeah.
Yeah.
Floor 9, was it?
Yeah, there was
Yeah, it's
floor
three.
9 was where they went up, yeah.
Yeah. I think all of that
If
was
you
floor 9.
if you decide to hotwire it instead, it'll take you about 20 minutes, half an hour.
Have we got that sort of time? Wish we could
Is there a non-Gemini van here?
Let's find out. Yes. There are a couple of other sort of non-marked larger vehicles.
Okay. So
Yeah,
I'll
let's
have a
try
look at
that
one of
instead.
them, and do they have the same start system, or do they look like something more
They're
internet?
they're an older model, so you think like a key or you push a button.
Okay, I'm going to try to hotwire one.
Okay.
So what's that? Intelligence plus crime.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah! I did a secondary skill.
Cool. Okay, yeah. So you hotwire it pretty well, pretty quickly, and the engine starts.
Okay, I drive up to the Gemini van and I call Jang over.
Oh, okay.
You know, we are never going to hear the end of this.
Loads of sarcophagus in the back now.
Aye.
Are we going to let her? Are we going to let offensive drive?
I mean, I can, but I mean, I do know how. It's just I don't really. There's a good chance that this will turn into a pursuit, and I think I'm better off jumping between vehicles than I am sitting behind a steering wheel.
I just think we want to live for the whole length of the journey.
I don't think. I mean, I could give it a go. I've never exactly driven in, shall we say, pressure circumstances before, but I can give it a go.
How many on drive have you got?
Hmm?
How many on drive have you got?
4.
Okay, you're driving.
I drive 2, but my reflexes
Go,
are
go, go.
reasonable. So, but no, I think I'd rather if one of you guys drove.
Yeah, that gives me a 50-50 on any roll, normally. Because if it's drive plus reflexes, that comes to 10. So
Yeah, I'd go for it.
the only problem is, if we start getting penalties, I have no conviction left.
Yeah, me either. Go on, go for it.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter if we crash.
I'll drive.
It's all fine.
Okay.
Don't worry.
So, like I said, nice and flat, exposed, no obstacles in the way.
No cover.
So you can just floor it.
Well, I'm going to ease it out for the first sort of 100 yards or so,
hmm
because I get the impression that if I floor it directly out of the basement, it might draw attention to ourselves in a way that I don't really want.
I think we're the only vehicle leaving this establishment at the moment, given the ground floor is deserted and the 9th floor is on fire and there's alarms going.
Yeah.
Do we need to check that this guy in the tube is still alive? Because he's been bashed around a bit singed.
I was going to
Yeah.
ask actually, are any of you stationed in the back whilst driving, or are you just going to check and then move to the
I
front?
think that might be a good place for the doctor, but I was also thinking maybe it might be a good place for me to go.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'll definitely be in the back.
Yeah. Do you reckon an intravenous med pack might help this plant man?
Possibly, but first of all, I'll give myself an intravenous med kit. Yeah, I'll rig something up. Some kind of I don't know. Well, try a medkit on him. It may be flora as well as fauna. I don't know.
Are you trying to administer it to him now then?
Check him out first. Check his vital signs. Is he still with us?
Well, what you can, given a lot of him is engulfed in planty things.
Is he moving?
He's certainly not moving. No.
Give him
yeah,
a little light.
you're actually getting the impression he's going to go into rigor mortis quite soon.
Well, he may not survive, but at least we will have the body.
Well, can we try a med pack? Maybe a toxin purge or something? I don't know. You're the doctor.
But did I do a toxin surgery? Or was it on someone else? I can't remember now.
I don't think it was on him, but I mean, to be honestly, out of character, I don't think for one moment that would even work. He needs very serious and very expensive medical help.
Yes, I would agree.
Are you talking about this while driving, by the way, or are you still in the car park?
Oh no!
hey,
The minute I got behind the wheel, I was driving.
Wheels are spinning.
Okay, cool. So you drive up this ramp headlong, and yeah, you're sort of talking about what to do. And Jang, you're in the front with Maxwell. To your horror, though, as you come out, you expect there maybe to be people waiting, like reinforcements or something like that. That's not the thing that worries you, though. The terrain has changed. The grass is a lot longer. The sky is a more eerie color.
Oh,
And
Maxwell, does this look familiar to you?
you start to feel a little bit dizzy.
I don't think we're in Vladivostok anymore.
Meanwhile, in the back, Offensive and Klaus, you're sitting over this sarcophagus, but it's not really a sarcophagus anymore. It's more an operating table with somebody on it with a respirator.
Does it look
and that,
like the picture of that Dan Two Swords, Jang, whatever his name is?
no, not really. You're not sure who this is. But he's got kind of lots of tubes in him and things like that, as well as the respirator. He looks a lot less engulfed in plants, definitely. There's no plants on him. He looks very ill, but he's not dead, you think. Even you think that, Offensive.
Okay, but I don't think it's the same guy. Or
No, it's not the same
No.
guy.
Okay. Is there anyone else in the room other than me and the doc?
No, it's just you two still in the back.
Oh right.
You're still in the vehicle, but this is what happens. You're not sure why, but it's kind of like things are just changing in front of you. You also get the same sort of dizzy spell that the others get.
I'm going to open the back door, get some fresh air in here, and also look back at the tower, see if it's still there.
Okay. You open the door. First thing you notice, the tower is not there. But you also feel there is very little air outside. And you haven't got anything on. Like no breathing kit.
So the tower isn't there, but what is there? Is it this long grass and the...
It's long grass, it's more sort of fields, a couple of hills in the distance.
Okay, I close the door again. And... I'm going to hit my speaker onto every channel it can possibly go on and say, "Weird woman that talked in my ear last time I was here. Where are you?" Sorry, with an American accent.
She says, yes, good. I'm pleased you're bringing him in. He needs attention quickly.
Why, yes, he does. Where are we right now?
Oh, you're a Gemini, the Gemini Tower.
We just
Mila
left
Yuri?
Gemini Tower. A Mila Yuri, you say?
Yes. Well,
Right.
it's a little odd you would have gone to Vladivostok first, because surely you'd have gone from a closer airport.
Wait, what? So right now, I'm on Mila Yuri.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
As we discussed earlier, that's how you come here and.
But
I
we were
appear
just
to be experiencing time in a non-linear fashion. I didn't intend to come up and blow Mila Yuri up for weeks. I had other stuff to deal with first before I started chopping up this place.
It might be down to the thinner atmosphere, but we can get you some protein and other nutrients when we've dealt with him in the back there.
I stopped the van.
Mm-hmm.
Offensive.
Yes.
Who are you talking to?
I got that woman on the speaker again, the one that spoke to us before when we were in the suits. Apparently that was on Mila Yuri.
Oh,
We're on Mila Yuri right now. We still got Plant Man in the back, or at least I think it's him.
does she happen to know how we got from Vladivostok to here?
We might be being affected by the low oxygen in the atmosphere. We need protein shakes.
Protein shakes for low
Yeah.
oxygen.
Okay.
I'm doing the best I can with my limited scientific knowledge, but in case you hadn't noticed, the doctor dropped out. He lost connection.
Yeah, he's doing a restart.
Yeah.
Okay.
He'll be back. I'll be back.
So that's as much as I understand it. We need protein shakes.
Are we able to sort of key in on this conversation?
Yeah,
I
Our
just
own
hit
speakers,
every
yeah.
channel on the speaker.
Is this like a lorry with the back is separate from where we were sitting in the driver's seat, or is it like in the same space?
yeah, sort of. So there's like a little window, so you can sort of see what's going on, but you'd have to kind of lean back through to see.
Yeah, I mean, I've stopped the van now.
Yeah. So you see that the doctor's, let's say he's very dizzy, and he's not really interacting much. Offensive is the same, but there's this other person in place of Two Swords. He's got a breathing apparatus. He's got all this other stuff attached to him, looking rather ill.
So we got to get this guy to a medical center. He maybe is or isn't too. So I don't know. I need a protein shake.
Does your friend say where the nearest medical center is?
Welcome back.
Oh, I
Just
didn't
bring
think
him
to
to the
ask
tower.
that question. I was trying to ask it when you guys started talking to me. Short-tempered bitchy woman. Where we got to take this guy again?
Just bring him to the tower.
We got to take him to the tower. We just came from the tower.
He's got
What
out of the
tower?
tower.
But I can see you on the cameras. You're only a couple of miles away.
There's a
And in
tower
fact-
with.
Maxwell, you can see it in front of you.
Why is it in front of us, Maxwell?
That's a different tower. We're on Mila Yuri.
Okay. I know that I usually come across as the font of all knowledge, and most of the time it is true. But in this particular instance, I think it would be fair to say I haven't the first fucking clue.
Don't worry, you're just being affected by the lack of protein shakes. We need protein shakes.
Speaking of
That's
which,
why we're
offensive.
feeling a bit loopy. What?
Speaking of which, you see Klaus start to come round a bit now.
Ah, the doctor. We're being affected by the lack of protein shakes. We're on Millure.
I think one person is one shake short. Anyway,
Maxwell, get the van moving.
Yeah, I start up the van again, heading towards the tower. Why?
Yeah.
Why is it? We were in one tower that collapsed. We've been fighting our ass out of another bloody tower, and now we're heading towards another tower. It's too many erections. Too many towers.
there's far too many towers. I agree.
One thing you notice, Maxwell, is the shape. Now that you've seen this tower a couple of times, the shape, the size, the architecture of this one looks identical to Vladivostok.
Okay. Does it trouble anyone that this tower looks exactly like the one we just had to fight our ass out of?
Not at all. It probably just means it's an Asian prefab.
You continue to be a wealth of wonderful information, Offensive. Your artistic talents are just wasted on a game field. I could get you a starring role in one of those consumer makeover shows, where they go in people's houses and utterly destroy them and turn them into something nice. You could be the presenter. There's a career change. You've got the charisma.
I almost don't know quite what to say, because you seem to be looking at me whilst you're driving a van that I'm in. The road's that fucking way.
Yes, but I can look at the road through the window and look at you through the rear view mirror. Isn't that extraordinary? There you go. We're all learning something today.
Oh,
You know about prefabs, and I know about
So-
rear view mirrors.
I didn't
Sorry.
realise I was looking at the mirror reflection of you.
So Klaus, as Offensive and Maxwell are bickering about fuck knows what, I've quite sort of lost that. So yeah, just to bring you up to speed a little bit. So aside from what Offensive said to you about protein shakes or something, you know that the terrain is different from what you can see. It's not sort of slightly tundra looking or wasteland. It's more these sort of swaying long grasses and savannas that you're driving through, and you're driving towards the tower, it seems, but it's completely undamaged. Max was talking about another one that's identical, something like that. But also the thing that you notice right in front of you, the sarcophagus has changed to like an operating bed. I don't know how much of that you got, but as you look at, there's a guy there. He's not the same at all. He's not two swords. But as you look at him more, you actually recognize him. You think you've seen him before. He obviously looks very ill, but you have seen him a couple of times, not in person, but on records and sort of in books and things that you read during your corporation training. You think he may be one of the big CEOs for EI.
Oh,
Although you're
This-
not sure at the top of your head which one, but you've definitely seen him before, with kind of like little busts and plaques of him and things like that.
I have no idea what's going on, but this man I recognize. He's somewhere high up in the hierarchy of the EI.
You mean he's not a Welt Ball player?
No, it's not two swords.
Oh no.
I
he
think
might not
I'm
have
losing
the
my
cons-
memory.
He might not have the constitution to survive then. He's just a wimpy CEO.
He will. I will ensure he survives. That's that work on him.
What you mean? The
Okay.
guy is a CEO.
Yes, he's an important person.
I'm gonna have a look, see if he's got a wallet. No, I'll ID scan him. Beep.
Okay, you ID scan him. So His name is Nils Hellstrom. He is indeed. He's not the CEO of EI, but he is one of the corporate big cheeses. You can see from his bio and ID and stuff, he's led a lot of different projects, things like leisure stuff, but he has also been involved in training agents before. So he's kind of been involved in sort of more military projects as well with agents with EI. He's sort of done a few collaborations here and there, in particular with Gemini, you notice. And it mentions about the CEO of Gemini, which I do have her name somewhere here. So you can finally put a name to a voice. I remember her last name, but what the hell is her first name? It is Varsala Laiha. And it talks about possible rumors of him being involved with her.
On his ID chip?
Well, it's kind of like a biography that he's obviously not worried about it being out there.
Hmm.
In a relationship with.
It doesn't say in a relationship with, it just says being involved with.
So does that mean we've rescued the wrong person or the right person then?
No, you're experiencing time in a non-linear fashion because you haven't had enough protein shakes. You are currently on milliure. We have apparently just, I don't know, picked up, rescued, / something, this guy, and we're taking him to that tower.
Speaking of the
bizarre.
aforementioned Dark Tower,
Go on.
how far away am I?
You're pretty much there now, actually.
Oh, okay.
So you pull up. When you get out, you notice that the vehicle is different. It's a much more refined looking, not even a van. It's more streamlined than that. Even almost like a private ambulance car. That might explain why you got here so quickly.
Someone, somewhere, hopefully in this building, is going to give me what I would politely and subtly describe as a fucking explanation.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we're all here.
Okay.
Oh, I lost connection through that, but you can assume I said something about protein shakes.
We'll get you a protein shake. Just on for 5 minutes.
Whereabouts are we taking him to, mystery woman?
I will come to you.
Ooh.
I will come down.
By the way,
Can we
what's
see the
your
entrance?
name? Are you Varsity something from Gemini?
Varsala
Yeah.
Laiha,
her.
CEO.
Is that you?
That is me, yes.
Okay, and I'm not killing you for what reason?
I would hope you would be smarter than that.
Well, last thing I remember, your agents were all attacking us.
Definitely atmosphere sickness.
In Vladivostok.
Well, this is what. Let me come down and explain. But you've just been transported here on UIG orders. You've not been to Vladivostok, as far as I'm aware. But I may have to speak to them about it.
Okay.
You have a tower in Vladivostok, right? And it had a fire and some plant projects going on, and you had illegally stolen the Welt Ball player from the UIG team.
Okay, I have no idea what you're talking about, but let me bring down my data screen, and I will show you a picture of Vladivostok as it is right now, and I can assure you it is completely intact. And with that, she cuts out. Like, there's a bit of urgency in her voice. She obviously wants to get down.
That bio on the guy on the table, it didn't have a date on it by any chance, did it?
No, although there are some links to biographies. Published biographies.
How old it possibly was.
That is a good idea. We need to start looking at dates. I'm going to press my PDA and see what the current date time is.
Ah, okay. Now, I haven't done any dates at all this campaign, have I?
No.
No. Okay, so I will wait. So, the date is the 12th of September, let's say 2501. BD.
Okay. So now as I start bouncing around through time, I'm going to start looking at the date. See if I can figure out what the hell's going on in my head.
And the large automatic doors open as you get out the guy from the bed, wheel him up. And this rather good-looking woman, she's getting towards her late 30s, but she's very good-looking for her age. Sort of average height and build, dark flowing hair. No, I beg your pardon, actually, no, blonde. Of course, it's blonde. And she kind of thrusts this data pad at you, offensive, where it shows Vladivostok looks completely fine. Today's date, you can see it's a live feed. It's completely fine. And the others, you can see her actually go to the bed, and he is stirring a little bit. She takes the mask off and immediately starts very vigorously kissing him. It's kind of strange. And there's this awkward moment where she's just doing that.
I head over to her as I'm not a medical professional, dear, but I'm fairly certain that's not what they mean by mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
She kind of pulls off and gives you a look by calling her dear. Puts the mask back on and says, "I know, but he likes it." And she gets somebody to wheel him in. And
He
with that, I
probably
think we'll
likes
end the
5.
session.
Damn. Ooh, now I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued as to where this is going now.
Mm-hmm.
How many towers are we going to have to fight our way out of?
Yes, and the first scene will make more sense later on.
And generally, I think
there
it goes past the people into the towers as well, doesn't it?
There are little clues in there as well.
Yeah. I have a feeling it's going to be one of those where they're going to go, the penny will drop and we're like, aha! But no, enjoyed that. That was fun.
Glad you liked it.
Yes.
It's the most
Thank
combat I've run in a session for ages as well.
I got to dangle off a helicopter. I'm happy.
You can't dangle off a helicopter in Corporation Low.
You did more than dangle off a helicopter. You were slicing and dicing through people. Like the proverbial hot knife through butter.
Yeah. Yeah, I did a bit.
I'm not complaining. In fact, as I say, my master plan worked perfectly.
Well, thank you, Steve, for watching, and anybody else who happens to be watching.
I will. I will continue your traumatic experiences on Friday, Stephen. Don't worry.
And for anyone who wants to see me and Jason with an English accent, we are playing on Chaosium Inc.'s Twitch stream tomorrow night in the Dead Within campaign.
The Dead Within.
Ooh.
Yeah, go to Chaosium's Twitch channel, and yeah, you'll be able to see it from 8 o'clock, roughly our time.
Also, May 16th to May 17th, Com+3, everyone here is expected to turn up to that big charity fundraiser. You're all going to get loads of free RPG stuff.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. I'm just deciding what I'm going to run.
Okay.
But it's more important that you turn up to the telethon stream. I don't care where you're around, that's fine. Just do that stuff. But telethon stream.
Yes. The
Go win
fundraiser.
prizes.
We'll be there.
Win prizes, raise money, save lives.
We'll be there.
Okay. Let's end the broadcast.
Stay at home.
Bye.
Bye, Stephen.
Night,
Bye
night.
bye.